What's going on, everybody? My name's Eli and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I wanted to answer a question that I've been getting very frequently. I feel like, well, the answer to this question is very long-winded, so it's hard for me to respond to people that ask this question, but I've been getting this question a lot under like some of my recent TikToks that have been going viral, and I figured I would just make a YouTube video and answer everyone's question at once because I can't even type this as a reply. And the question is, where did I apply to dental school? So, lucky for you all, I actually am a super organized person. I made an Excel sheet with everywhere I applied to so that I could keep track of my applications, like how much money I spent, if I did my secondary application, paid my secondary application, and also I, for some reason, happened to write down why I applied to each school. So even though I applied 3 years ago in 2020, I have this information right in front of me and I could just share it with you all and it'll be nice and simple just like that. Before we get into the video, if you're new to the channel, my name is Eli and I'm a third-year dental student at Boston University Goldman School of Dental Medicine. On this channel, I make dental school vlogs as well as videos with advice for pre-dental students. So if that's something that interests you, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment under the video, share the channel with anyone else you think might find it interesting or helpful. Now let's get into the video. So let me pull up my Excel sheet that I used when I was applying to dental school. I applied to 12 dental schools, and the reason why I've been getting this question a lot is because I've had like 2 TikToks go viral over the last school year, I guess, that talked about, you know, getting into dental school with a low GPA. And I've also made YouTube videos about that already. If you want, you can check out a couple of these that I've made, and I'll put the links in the description below. But also, I was thinking about like all these videos I made. I don't think I ever talked about where I applied to dental school and why, and what my strategy was for applying to make sure I could get in as a low GPA dental school applicant. Number one, a little bit about me if you haven't watched any of my videos before. I attended the University of Maryland College Park. I graduated in December of 2017. After that, I worked at NIH for a year and a half doing research. And then I went back to school to do a post-bacc program. The post-bacc program I did is at George Mason and Georgetown universities, and it's called George Squared. I did this program in the 2019 to 2020 school year. It's a 9-month program. Unfortunately, it was kind of interrupted by COVID, and part of it was on Zoom, but that's what I did. And after I was done with my post-bacc program, I applied to dental school. So number one, I tailored my dental school list around my post-bacc program's success stories. When I was applying to my post-bacc program, they had a list of where students went after. They had the MD programs, the DO programs, and the dental programs. I basically took that list and I was like, okay, out of all these schools, I know that they're familiar with my post-bacc program already. So I have kind of a leg up. And I was like, let me sit here and kind of pick out the ones that I like. And I kind of only applied to schools on that list. So let's talk about the schools that I applied to. Number one, Boston University. That's a school that I attend, if you did not catch that when I said it before. Somehow, I say what school I attend in every single video, and people still manage to comment under my videos, where do you go to school? So that tells me you're not watching the video. And I don't respond to that comment. So I applied to Boston University, and why? Well, honestly, because of Kanisha. For those of you who have watched my videos before, you know that Kanisha is my classmate. We are both now third-year dental students, but I know Kanisha from back home, and I was pre-med, but she was pre-dent, and she basically told me, like, you should look into this school. I think I'm gonna be doing the master's at this school next year. And I was just like, okay, sure. I'll be quite honest, I never even heard of Boston University before that. I thought Boston College was like the same thing. I didn't know, honestly. I really didn't pay any attention to the city of Boston growing up at all. Second off, Case Western. I applied to Case Western, Case Western Reserve University. One, when I was applying, I Googled and I saw that the dean of the school was black. And I thought, okay, you know, this might be a more welcoming environment for me, something that I, you know, if I can relate to the dean, and maybe somewhere I'd like to go. And also because someone from my post-bacc program attended Case Western Reserve University. Third school I applied to, and this is not like ranked by like importance. I literally have it, I think, alphabetically on here, or I don't even know how I ordered it on here, but I'm reading it in the order that I have on this list. Third school, HERMAN OSTROW School of Dentistry at USC. So I applied to this school because my Prophyte Edmund, if you guys haven't seen his video where he did the endo residency vlog, I'll put it in here. Edmund was attending the school at the time, and I was like, okay, I know somebody at the school, he may be able to pull some strings for me. I also, you know, would feel comfortable going somewhere that I know someone else went and can kind of like, you know, guide me through my dental school journey. And who wouldn't want to live in LA, you know? Somewhere, I just, you know, I was like, man, I'd like to live somewhere warm for 4 years. I can always move back home after. In undergrad, I used to always say, like, you know, I wish I was mature enough to attend a college out of state, coming out of high school, just because, like, it was a chance to move somewhere else. I lived in Maryland, like, my whole life except for 1 year. But yeah, I graduated high school when I was 17, and I simply was not ready to move that far away from home yet. That's just, you know, being honest. So, HERMAN OSTROW University, University of Southern California, okay? Next, Howard University School of Dentistry. I really wanted to go to this school when I was applying. I wanted to go to an HBCU for dental school. I wanted to be around people like me. Howard was the first dental school that I went in towards. Shout out to my friend Brooke. I went to undergrad with her. We were in the same class, and I think she was like a rising D3 at the. No, I think she was a rising D2 at the time that I went to shadow her. One or the other, I don't know. Not shadow her, but like she showed me around the school. I met some people. I met some of the staff. It just felt like a great environment, and I was, you know, I was kind of set. That was the school that I really wanted to go to. Also, my cousin is a dentist. She graduated from Howard University in the class of 2003. So, you know, I was like, why not, you know, continue on with that legacy. Next, MEHARRY Medical College School of Dentistry. Again, I wanted to attend an HBCU. Howard and MEHARRY are the only two HBCU dental schools. So those were two schools that I was applying to automatically. Next, NYU. I applied to NYU mainly because of the location and the large class size. New York wasn't too far from home. It was a nice, you know, city environment, and I felt like the patient base that you see in the clinic would be pretty diverse and pretty nice. Also, I want to say NYU has the largest class size out of all the dental schools in the United States. And me being an applicant with a low GPA, I was like, hey, I have a better shot if they're putting 250 people in these classes. You know, I have a better shot in getting in there than in somewhere that only has 60 spots, you know? So, you know, this is just me being honest. I don't have to sugarcoat anything. I'm in my third year of dental school. It doesn't matter. University of Iowa. Now, if there's one school I wish I never applied to, it's probably this one. I was never moving to Iowa unless it was the only school I got into. I was never moving to Iowa. That just didn't make sense for me. But after I took my DAT, Iowa actually sent me a letter in the mail. You know how like when you're in high school and you take the PSAT, if you score kind of pretty well, like colleges start sending mail to your house. Iowa did that with me, so I was like, okay, cool, why not? And the only two schools that did that was University of Iowa and UCSF. I didn't end up applying to UCSF because they required psychology as a prerequisite, and I never took that. So that's why I applied to University of Iowa, and I probably could have saved my money on that one. Tufts University. I definitely wanted to attend this school. Very diverse school. I knew that I would be surrounded by a lot of people that look like me and that are like me. A lot of alphas there, people in my fraternity, and also, of course, like when I was a pre-dent, I was watching Future DDS, and both of them attended Tufts. So, you know, I was looking at that as one of my top schools as well. Rutgers University, probably could have saved my money here too. My chances were very slim, but kind of just like the location. I wanted to stay kind of close to home, and it was in the Northeast, so I figured why not apply to Rutgers. So I applied there too. University of Maryland, right at home, made sense. I attended University of Maryland for undergrad. Tuition was really couldn't be beaten. I could stay home. But at the same time, I wanted to move out of state. I felt like I would be too distracted at home, and I wanted to be out of state. So I applied there because like it would have just not made sense not to. But I probably wasn't going to end up going there if I got into multiple schools. VCU. I applied to VCU because they visited my post-bacc program when we had a career fair type of thing, school fair. My bad. I talked to a few of the faculty at the school when they came, and I kind of liked the vibe that I was getting from them. Also, again, it was close to home, so I wasn't too mad at it, you know, so I applied there. And then the last school that I applied to was Temple University. Pretty good school, again, close to home, located right in Philly. You know, could drive back and forth from home. I figured, you know, why not? A lot of the places I applied to just because of location, and they had like a rapport with my post-bacc program. Again, like I said, out of all these schools, I chose Boston University. Also, let me just say it now because I know people are gonna ask. The schools that I received interview invitations from, I did not take all of my interview invitations. If I could go back in time, I probably would. Yes, I would. I got an invitation at Boston University, Howard, MEHARRY, NYU, TUFTS, and VCU. I ended up only interviewing at 2 schools, and I chose Boston University, but those are the schools that I received interview invitations at, and yeah. So that's to answer everyone's question, because a lot of people have been asking me, like, where did you apply? And hopefully, you know, they get to come back and see this video, and yeah. So thank you all for watching, and again, make sure you subscribe, watch some of my dental school vlogs, be on the lookout for the stuff I have coming up, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.